Hey, welcome back to the channel. All right, we're going to do something a little bit different today in the video. And it's just so I can know immediately, like, do you all like this? Are you enjoying this? If this video gets 500 likes, I will definitely be using this as like, okay, we should keep doing this. I know I'm going to be having fun with this and I want to do it. And it's, yes, exactly. I want you to help me choose who my next rank 4 is. This game is so big. It is huge that we're at the point where, like, I genuinely have multiple champions I want to rank up. I know I do the tier list. I know I do the video saying, like, if you like this, then you should go for this champion. Really trying to be helpful. I know you enjoy those, and we're flipping it around a little bit today, okay? And I'm showing you who my current rank 4s are. I don't use Red Guardian as much as I wish I could because he's so fun, but I do use him. I will be honest, Nick Fury not holding up the way in Battlegrounds that I had hoped. He's still great, don't get me wrong. But you might see him moving to a 9 dual threat instead of a 10 recently. I knew Chioth wasn't going to be like this dominant Battlegrounds force, but she is a good dual threat. And Okoye, of course. Hopefully you're aware. You've seen my shorts, you've seen my videos. I'm incredibly happy with my mutant class as it is. To the shock of no one, I've got the 2 most broken OP Cosmic Champions ranked up, so I'm very happy with them. And I will add right now, and I said it live, we recorded the MCoC Illuminati podcast live last night. It is now up for you to check out on YouTube or YouTube Music, whatever works for you. I said it. I was like, I guarantee that we hit, or at least we get the rewards for the final milestone of the Rebirth event. I guarantee it. And I'm so confident in that if for somehow we don't get those rewards, I will set up a $1,000 bar tab at the Summoners Fest in Vancouver. I will have some sort of limit because I'm not a fan of people just getting trashed for the sake of it. But I will set some sort of limit, like a 2-drink minimum or maximum or something like that. But that's how confident I am, and I will do it, and we'll have a hangout and we'll have a lot of fun. So it's a win-win either way for me, but I'm pretty sure it's going to happen. So here are my tech champions, right? Okay. And then here is my lone mystic. So we're going to go ahead and look through this. Let's go and start off with the mystic because it's the fewest that I have. We'll be looking at the rank 3s. I'm going to go over the ones that I will consider. If you're really like, dude, you really need to do this one instead, let me know, and I'll let you know. The priorities are, of course, fun, enjoy. I'm only going to name champions enjoy. You know, I've talked about that at length. The best champion for you to rank up is the one you enjoy. 2, I am, for the most part, looking for dual threats in Battlegrounds. It's been helpful to me in playing Battlegrounds and getting into it. And then that also means they're going to be good enough offensively where I can use them in questing, war, have a lot of fun. And then, of course, if Upside Alliance, that amazing alliance I am in and the leader of, if we need someone for defense, we plug them in, we play, we kick ass, and we have fun. We're basically the Ghostbusters. We came, we saw, and we kicked ass. All right, the ones that I would consider right now, and I genuinely am considering, is America Chavez. I'm being honest where I don't think she's fallen off. Like, it's not off a cliff. But her days as the queen of the Mystic class, I believe, are over. I think that's probably pretty good. She had fallen into a group there. And then Miko Minoru has come along. I was just like obliterated 3 years of Cosmic Defenders in one champion. She did it. She's redonkulous. She's the best, in my opinion. I'm not good enough with Shothra, honestly, to use her, because I know some of you are like, dude, do Shothra, do Shothra. I see how powerful it is. We reflect that in the rankings and the tier list and all those. I do really enjoy Werewolf by Night. I think he's broken enough that he makes up for what he might be lacking in some places. But really, it's America Chavez or Nico Minoru. I think enough people have Nico with the Titan coming along. One of the reasons I have not ranked for her yet is I just knew she'd be instantly banned. But I think people have kind of learned a little bit how to fight her, at least in Quantum Mysterium, of course, and Celestial. I think there's enough rank 4s out there where she wouldn't get immediately banned. So I'd be very willing and happy to rank her up. I really love that champion. I think she's great. I love my OP champions, okay? On the tech class, and I mean it, in my opinion, they are definitely the best. I love them. There's so many of them. You saw how many of the rank 4s I already have. I would be willing to rank 4 Prowler. I do really enjoy him. I'd be willing to rank 4 Ant-Man because, as I said in my tech video that I just did a couple days ago, I don't think he's, again, this is like America Chavez. I don't think he's going to like fall off a cliff. I think if he becomes the non-king of the tech class, and even I say that very reluctantly, that's not how I feel, but a lot of the Illuminati does, he's not going anywhere. He's still going to be one of the best. But right now, I think there's an argument for him to truly be the best. So I'd be willing to do that. I got him from that event, and I took him to a high 6, so good. Ironheart is one of the few dual threats, one of the few non-dual threats I would be willing to do. I see that power. I love her. I mean it when I tell you. I think she has an argument for being the default best, especially if you remove like high tier battlegrounds. Okay, Shocker, phenomenal. Definitely that dual threat. Like he's like the epitome, I think, of what I normally would want to rank up. And then, of course, same with Red Skull. These are two great dual threat champions. You can draft them, and you're just like, dude, you want me to use them on offense, you want me to use them on defense, whatever you get, whatever I get, it's all good. They're so flexible, and that's why I like them. And I would not rank Jack-o'-lantern. I want to be very clear, even though I do believe he is one of the best tech champions. I've covered that. I don't need him at rank 4. He's doing everything I need him to do at rank 3, a few more seconds to kill, or take out an Onslaught or Mr. Sinister or something like that in Battlegrounds. I'm okay with that. That's still going to get me Quantum. That's still going to get me Mysterium with the amount of time I'm putting into BGs. I'm very okay with that. It's kind of a reflection of how good he is at what he does. The Cosmic class, this is the one that has changed the most in literally like the last 72 hours. On my Discord server, I put, hey, I'm going to take one of these two champions to rank 4 next. One is obviously Cole. And then William, GT40 and Illuminati fame, phenomenal Battlegrounds player. He's up there in C4, C5 all the time. That guy, he's just amazing. Was like, hey, what about Gallon? And in a really cool coincidence, I had taken Gallon to rank 3 literally that day. I have not played him since he was a 6-star. I was on Gallon early, the whole thing. We don't need to go into that. And I'm getting comfortable with him again. And holy man, crap. Let's go with crap. He's ridiculous. I love him. He is broken and OP where he is and where he's supposed to be. And he's not amazing elsewhere. But I love my OP champions. I love my broken champions. So I love Medusa, but I'm getting enough out of her at rank 3. I've got the armor breaks and all that stuff right with Deathless Thanos. Ain't no one like Gallon. And so I'm actually leaning towards Gallon. I'm saying Gallon is like the one here, okay? If you guys really try to convince me on Medusa, I love her, but this is similar to Jack-o'-lantern where she's doing what I need her to do at rank 3, and she's doing it just fine. I think she's phenomenal. She's ridiculous. And Phoenix doing what I need her to do at rank 3. Same with Vox, okay? And they don't really have any defensive capabilities. Gallon does, right? He's not the menace he once was on that, but he still has some defensive capabilities. So Gallon, man, and I don't have any Nullify Immune Cosmic. So he really fills a lot of like what my roster's quote unquote missing, and I'm using that term very loosely. On here, I love playing Mr. Sinister. I've told you guys, like, he feels illegal. He's kind of one of the champions that really might open my eyes into what I think, I feel like the balance program is doing as a player is they're okay with these broken OP champions as long as they can turn them off. As long as they're like, okay, we can turn them off. Mr. Sinister was one of the first ones that really opened my eyes to that. Like, well, look, dude, we'll just make him stun immune and then have fun using your Mr. Sinister. I love that. I'm cool with that. I love that. It's fun. I love OP champions. In case you haven't heard me say that yet in this video. Him, I really like Dust, all those immunities and stuff, but she, again, is kind of doing what I want her to do at rank 3. And also, I'm going to say this. I want to be clear. I'm not predicting her falling off a cliff. This is very similar to like America Chavez, Future Ant-Man sort of thing. Is that tech class glow up has just been going on for years now. There are so many good options in Battlegrounds, Deaths, and stuff to take her out as a defender that, yeah, she still has a very high dual threat score, and we're reflecting that in the Battlegrounds tier list every single month. But like, she wasn't even in my Battlegrounds deck this last meta. And not because she's not amazing, it's just, I have a lot of options. I wail on the big sales, and this is what it produces. So I just want to be clear on that, because I know y'all have heard me shout her out a lot lately, and I'm going to continue doing it because she's awesome. And then Wolverine Weapon X. I love him. He's like my spirit animal when it comes to MCoC. We just get in, we rage, we thrash, we close our eyes. I pretend he can't see out of that shield. And we just kill stuff, and people throw their SP3s, and we keep living, and we slice them and dice them and win and have fun. I really love playing him. He's like the epitome of why I at least initially started playing video games, and when I still like doing them. It's kind of like Custodian. Big, huge, big man comes in, destroys things, takes a beating, keeps going, wins. I love that. It's fun. I like to pretend. I don't pretend I'm a superhero, but you guys know what I mean. I log in. I want to be a superhero. I want to check out the real world for a while. So that's really fun. And then I do like Deadpool X-Force. Just literally no defensive value at all. So really, as far as mutants concerned, we're going Mr. Sinister. Honestly, guys, it's going to be Mr. Sinister or Wolverine Weapon X. As much as I like Dust, she's not who I want to take to rank 4. Right now, even though she's a great dual threat. Moving on to the skill class, there's literally only one champion. I see how good they all are. I don't want a rank for a Bullseye right now. I see how good he is. I struggle against Bullseye. Anytime there's power gain, he's a menace. I get it. I just don't want to do it. Lumitrix, though, man. My boy Germ, one of my fellow officers in Upside, phenomenal player, longtime supporter of the channel. He has a great channel himself, too. Has been shouting out Lumitrix since like literally day one. Lumitrix was available. I believe it's Campo has done not Campo, sorry, Simula. They occupy the same space in my brain. These really awesome guys in the Illuminati who are super smart. But Simula did the video on how to play Lumitrix. That was very helpful to me. If you're not familiar with like how to play him, you want to check out Simula's video. He really breaks it down in a way that you can understand it. I know I understand a lot better. And now it's ironic that he's sitting right next to Patriot. If I'm fighting a Photon, I would much rather use Lumitrix. There we are. So and Lumitrix really fits that dual threat part of what I'm talking about. I placed him in defense a few times this current Battlegrounds meta that's about to hour out here. Actually, it went away about 11 minutes ago as I look at the clock, and he did his job. He did his job. So Lumitrix is he's definitely at the top of the list, and that's why I have him over Bullseye. Lumitrix is just a great champion. I highly recommend you check him out if you've got him. I know you probably had to spend some money for it, so that's always a little, I don't love those. You know how I feel about him. But he was a little bit more reasonable. Wasn't one of these $1,000 champions, okay? And then let's go ahead and move on to the science class. I understand a lot of you told me, you're like, dude, science is still better than tech. And I believe I get what you're saying, and I'll probably do a video on that in the next couple of months or the next couple of weeks of like why I have them as like the #2 class in the game instead of tech. And the one I'll put out, even though I love my Luke Cage, I love my Spider-Ham, I love my Overseer, I pour one out for Titania basically daily now with what they've done to her. Look what they did to my girl. But Count Nefaria is the one for me. I've got him at a stupidly high sig because I kept pulling him from that one Titan crystal. I did the video because so many of you guys, point out, like, you're too low on him, you're too low on him, you're too low on him. So I went and I did like a deep dive on like, how is it possible that we're seeing like Legacy do this crazy stuff in war? My experience is so different. And I did the video on it, so I'm not going to rehash the whole video, but a lot of it is that SIG in competitive modes. I would be happy to take him to rank 4. I believe I have the SIG stones to take him to SIG 200. And that would really allow me to get him going immediately against Mystics that are spec'd into Mystic Dispersion. And I think that's a big deal. Also, he's been a tough defender, dude. Like, no joke. Captain Canuck was the first one that really showed it to me. Made a lot of sense. Like, I'm not kidding. I used him. He didn't defeat the Okoye, but I used him to win a Battlegrounds match. I placed him on defense, because he is immune to bleed, and then he's got the high energy resistance, and then I spec into Inequity. He didn't defeat the Okoye. I think the Okoye still got like a 47,000 score. She's ridiculous. The player played well, but it was enough to slow it down where I won the match. And then, of course, I love playing him. Any champion like that where you can just throw the SP1 over and over and you live. The fight might take a couple extra minutes, but you just live. And I've actually like healed up. That word's hard to say. Utilizing him. So I didn't play him in his absolute damage apex, but I don't care. I saved myself a ton of items in tier 3 war at upside using Nefaria. That was awesome. I love that. And then if I can well-time block those specials and those sorts of things, then his damage really is absolutely phenomenal. I'm going to be getting out more and more shorts and videos on him. There's just so many, like, they're not even niche interactions. I think the designer is one of those ones where I think the designer really put them all in, really thought it through. And just as players, we just discover them and have fun. And that's a really big part of this game. So despite loving the science class, despite really loving so many of these characters, Nefaria is the one for me. He'd be a dual threat. I think I'd opt him and have him in my Battlegrounds deck. And then, of course, questing, war, all that stuff. I would have an absolute blast with him. And then the last one, I realized I forgot to mention because I don't even have them yet. I think I would just need to buy like one deal. I don't buy the daily deals almost ever. But sometimes those monthly ones don't look bad or something like that. I do think Solvark is very good. I will be talking more at length about Solvark on the general tier list, which is coming out on Saturday at its usual time. He's great, and you do think he's a dual threat. I just also know that like you had to spend to get him, and as a YouTuber, I always want to be kind of careful with that sort of thing for a variety of reasons that we've talked about in a variety of videos. I do think the idols they're very different though than like your Human Torches and your Dark Phoenixes, which is why you see me getting them and ranking them up as usual. Well, I don't know if I could have got anything wrong necessarily in this one, but tell me what you think. I'm genuinely going to read through the comments and I will rank for the champion and I will shout out some of the comments that convinced me on who to rank for. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.